Hey everyone, welcome back to my English podcast. I am your host. I hope you're having an amazing day wherever you are listening to this. Whether you are stuck in traffic, doing the dishes, or just sipping your morning coffee. Today, we are diving deep into a topic that has been on everyone's lips, filled up our new feeds, and sparked countless debates across Indonesia. We are talking about makan bergizi gratis or free nutritious meals. Now, let's be honest. When this program was first announced, a lot of people had questions. Some were excited, some were skeptical, and some were just wondering, wait, what exactly is going to be on the menu? Today, we're going to look past the political headlines and look at the actual human impact of this massive initiative. Is it just a giant lunch line? Or is it something that could actually reshape the future of our country? Grab your drink, get comfortable, and let's break it down. Let's start with the basics because words matter. The program isn't just called makan gratis, it's makan bergizi gratis. That middle word, bergizi, which means nutritious, is the absolute core of this entire project. We are not talking about handing out a bag of instant noodles, a pack of crackers, and calling it a day. The goal here is a scientifically balanced meal. We are talking about a plate that follows the piring concept outlined by the health experts. A clean source of carbohydrates like rice or tubers, a solid portions of animal protein, think fish, chicken, eggs or meat, plenty of vegetables, fruit, and ideally a glass of milk. The targets of this program are very specific. School children from elementary to high school, toddlers, and very importantly, pregnant and breastfeeding mothers. Why this specific group? Because they represent the absolute foundation of our human resources. Imagine this, millions of kids waking up every day, knowing that no matter what their family's financial situation is, they are guaranteed at least one high quality, delicious and nutritious meals. For many of us, lunch is something we take for granted, but for millions of families across our archipelago, it is a daily financial stressor. MBG aims to take that weight off their shoulders. To really understand why the government is pouring so much energy and budget into this, we have to talk about a hidden crisis that Indonesia has been fighting in the shadows for decades, and that is stunting and malnutrition. Let's look at the reality. When a child doesn't get enough iron, protein, and essential vitamins during their critical growth years, their brain and body don't develop to their full potential. It's not just about being shorter than average, it actually affects their cognitive abilities. It means lower IQ scores, difficulty concentrating, and a weaker immune system. Now, let's connect the dots. Imagine a child going to school on an empty stomach, or a stomach filled with zero nutrient snacks. They're sitting in the class, the teacher is explaining math, but the kid can't focus because their brain literally lacks the glucose and nutrients to process the information. They fall behind. They get discouraged. Years later, they enter the workforce at a disadvantage. This is what economists call the human capital trap. If our future generation isn't physically and mentally healthy, how can we expect Indonesia to become a global economic powerhouse by 2045? The generasi emas or golden generation that we always talk about won't happen by accident. It has to be built and it has to be fed. But here's the twist that a lot of people missed. MBG isn't just a health program, it's actually a massive economic engine. Let's think about the logistics for a second. How do you feed tens of millions of children every single day? We don't do it by hiring one massive catering company in Jakarta to ship food across 17,000 islands. That's impossible. Instead, the program is designed to be decentralized through local service units or satuan pelayanan. This is where it gets exciting. To supply these kitchen hubs, who do they turn to? Local farmers for the rice and vegetables, local fishermen for the fish, local poultry farmers for the eggs and chicken, and local cooperatives or MSMEs, MKM, to help run the operations. So, if you look at the big picture, the money spent on MBG doesn't just disappear into thin air. It circulates right back into the local communities. It creates jobs for local cooks, drivers, and supervisors. It provides a stable, guaranteed market for our farmers who often struggle with unstable crop prices. It's a beautifully designed circle. Healthy food creates healthy kids, and the demands for that food creates a thriving local economy. Now, I don't want to sound like an idealist who thinks everything is perfect. A program this massive, one of the largest social programs in modern Indonesian history, comes with monumental challenges. Let's be real about it. First, the logistics. Indonesia is an archipelago, delivering fresh milk, fresh fish, and vegetables to a school in a bustling city like Surabaya is one thing. Delivering those same fresh items to a remote school in the highlands of Papua or small outer islands in Maluku is a completely different beast. Cold chain storage, transportations, and infrastructure are massive hurdles. Second, quality control and hygiene. When you cook for millions, single batch of spoiled food can become a major health crisis. The oversight needs to be airtight. There can be zero tolerance for corruptions, leakage, or cutting corners on food quality. And third, sustainability. This is a long-term commitment. You can't just do this for a year or two and stop. Brain development takes time. The real fruits of this program won't be visible next month or next year. We will see the true results 10 to 15 years from now. When these kids grow up to become innovators, leaders, and entrepreneurs, it requires immense patience and strict discipline from everyone involved. At the end of the day, MBG is a bold declaration. It's Indonesia saying we value our children, we value our future, and we are willing to invest it from the very basic level, the food on their plates. It's a massive experiment, an uphill battle, but it is a fight worth fighting, because the country's greatest wealth isn't the oil in its ground or the nickel in its mines. It's the minds and bodies of its people. What do you think about the MBG program? Have you seen it action at a school near you? I'd love to hear your stories and thoughts. Hit me up on our social media or leave a comment down below. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for the past 10 minutes on this English podcast. Don't forget to subscribe, share this episode with a friend, and as always, stay curious, stay healthy, and feed your mind with good things. Bye bye.